here we are. As we said in the intro, so Gemma and Trip are escorting Mad Mary up to her house here. And the others are kind of back here trying to play catch up. So Gemma and Trip. So you're kind of, if I remember, you were kind of like linked arm in arm with Mary and was escorting her back to her house.
Yeah, I had a notebook. I was basically just taking notes of like who she was, what she looked like, to get a description of the missing person, because it feels like nothing's being done, and I feel like at the very least making it look like I'm taking it seriously.
Right. Okay. Well, she tells you that she'll tell you a little about her Gertruda. Gertruda is her little girl. She says that she is such a sweet, pretty little girl. My dearest Gertruda. She would have never run away. Never. She would have never left on her own fruition. Something took her. I just know it. But perhaps you can come inside and have a look and see if you can get any clues as to what it was that took my beloved daughter.
Of course. But, first, let's get you back home. Yes.
Yeah. Well, you're pretty close to her house here.
Yep.
Well, there we go. So yeah, once she gets there, she'll kind of like pull herself away from your linked arms and fumble with the key in the lock and open the door. And Usher, she kind of like pushes in and she, come in, quickly.
I like look hesitant and I look at Trip. Is it safe?
I'm just gonna very, very quietly sort of just be, I think we can take her in a fight.
Yeah, Mary seems pretty kind of frail.
I will step in.
I think I showed you, for your benefit, I think I showed everybody a picture of Mary last time, but let me see if I've got her. Oh, and the doll as well.
Yeah.
So here was a picture of the doll.
It's no fun.
Yeah, it had the little tag on it that said, "It's no fun, it's no Blinsky." And let's see. Let me find a picture of Mary for you. I think I had one. Gotta find Mary.
Man, I kind of want that doll. I guarantee it's on Etsy.
At least I think I had one of Mary. Maybe I didn't.
I see it under, Mad Mary.
You see it on the list there?
Mm-hmm. Under player handouts, named NPC handouts.
Yeah. Okay, good deal. The trouble is there's so many, it's finding them. Here we are. There's Mary. So, yeah, she's kind of... She doesn't look too sinister, and she's very frail. She probably hasn't been eating well or anything like that for a good while anyway. Okay. So, Octavius, Seth, and Douglas, up the road, you will actually see your two children walk, or your brother and sister walk into Mary's house. So, do you guys want to do anything in particular once you see the kids go in, or are you just going to continue to stroll casually down the street?
I think I would wait outside for them to come out. So we're just dropping her off. We're not going to...
Okay, so you're just going to kind of continue to walk up, and then once you get to the house, wait outside? All right.
Yeah. We want to give her a wide berth, but we don't want to leave them behind.
Yeah. Let me find Mary's house. Alrighty, and let me do this real quick. Move her there. There. do this and copy. Okay. Alrighty. And we just want to put you and you in here. Okay. Alright, so Jane and Satch, you should be on another map.
Okay, yep.
Alrighty. And I don't know if I made it to where you can see. There you go. Okay.
I like it even more.
Ooh, nice dress.
Alright, so Mary has kind of like led you into this house. It's a common, fairly drab establishment. She will look at you and she lights candles and stuff like that and gets everything a little bit illuminated. The fireplace is not lit and does not look like it has been lit in a while, which, considering how cold it tends to get here at night, it seems a little off. So she'll look at you and she says, I don't know if you're going to look around here or if you need to look in the kitchen. And she kind of points at a door behind her. And then she points at a slightly ajar door.
I take back what I said. We're going to die here.
And says,
I'll do that right now, Trip.
and Gertrude's bedroom is upstairs, if you want to look there too.
Madam, I must inquire, how old is Gertruda?
Oh, she is just my little girl. She is only a mere child, much like yourself.
I mean, I do not consider myself a child, ma'am. I'm 19 years old, or am I 20? Somewhere around there. 19.
She is very meek and mild and not as mature and of the world as you are, my dear. She is far more vulnerable.
What does she look like?
Well, she is a beautiful girl. She has brown, long hair, rosy red cheeks, and always has a smile for her poor mother. A jolly happy girl. This is why I know something terrible must have happened to her.
Does she still have all of her teeth?
As far as I know.
Okay.
What a strange question.
Well, I mean...
But please look around, see if you can find something that might give you a clue as to what happened to her.
Said her room was upstairs?
Yes, if you want to go upstairs, if you don't want to look around here first.
I'm just gonna gesture for her to, like, take us upstairs.
Okay. Well, in that case, then she will. Let's go ahead and... Alright, yep, she'll lead you through the open door and up the flight of stairs. Come this way with me.
I'm gonna have my shield out because it's all very strange, but
Alright, I'm going to go ahead
my
and
weapon out also.
put the others on the map as well, seeing as that they will now be outside. Okay, there you guys are.
Okay.
Alrighty. Yeah, so she'll take you upstairs. There you go. For those of you that are up the stairs. Let me see, let me move you. I'll go ahead and move everybody over there just so they can kind of see what you see. Alright. Top of the stairs is a a door that is slightly ajar to her left, a small hallway that comes to a junction with 3 doors. She goes to the end and opens that door, and then steps inside. This is Gertruda's room.
As I follow up, I'm gonna kind of like poke my head in the other room just to see what's in there before continuing forward.
The open room?
The open room. I'm just gonna like poke my head in, take a look, and then like.
Okay. It appears to be a very plain and simple bedroom. There is one additional door in that room.
After you, Trip.
Right.
Okay.
I'll just stay here. How's that? Wait.
I'd rather you were with me. Yeah.
And I follow you quickly.
Go in, yeah.
Okay.
So she was just a young lass drinking beer and playing with knives. Okay.
So, basically, yeah, once you go into Mary's room, or into what was previously Gertruda's room, you can see the room is somewhat in disarray. There are indeed, there's a knife, a hairbrush, a bunch of pillows, a chest of drawers that is like open, and some clothes are like hanging out and laying on the floor. All in all, the room is somewhat a little bit kind of disorganized.
Does she usually keep the room organized? Mary?
This is how I found the room, exactly as it was. This is why I'm sure something happened to her.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of play along, rifle through the drawers, and kind of just see if anything's odd about, like, if she, with some degree of tact and respect, you know, just like kind of like push things around, look through them, make sure there's no, I don't know, book about killing people or summoning agents of chaos.
Okay. This entire time, as it's kind of like you're back in the room, Mary's eyes have kind of welled back up, and she pulls out a rather nasty-looking handkerchief and blows her nose and starts to sob again. Oh, my poor daughter. Okay. Is there any?
Crouch down and look at this knife without touching it. See if there's blood on it or something.
There is not any blood on it. But when you bend down to look at it, Mary, oh, how did that get there? She rushes over and swats up the knife and like puts it away. Almost, and she seems rather out of sorts at this point. Like, oh. And she's gone very kind of red-faced.
I'm sorry, you said you left this room without touching anything. How did you leave a knife on the ground?
I must have dropped it by mistake.
Please tell us the truth.
Okay, fine. After it happened, I must confess. I sat here on the floor exactly where he is standing with a knife, and I considered taking my own life.
Can I do an insight check to see if I think she's telling the truth about that?
You can make an insight roll if you wish.
Weird.
I mean, she's pretty distraught, and she seemed almost embarrassed about the presence of the knife. It might be true. Of course, it might not.
Can you see the knife, miss?
She hands it to you.
I'm gonna hand it to Trip. Like, this looks suspicious.
I guess, does the knife look suspicious?
The reason Mary is so large is because she is wearing a big flowy dress. If you actually look at the size of her head, she's no bigger than the others. It's just that Token looks big because she's got such a huge, big flowing dress on. And they're kids.
yeah, we're little. What's wrong with that?
Okay, so you take a look at the knife?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a carving knife. It would typically be used for carving up vegetables or meat and stuff like that, but would do the job if you wanted to slit your throat or stab yourself or cut your wrist or something like that, for sure.
I don't believe her. No.
Prove that you were going to do it. Show me how.
I'm just going to basically keep a hold of the knife.
Okay.
I'm just gonna like tuck it in my belt and be like, perhaps we should take Mary to her room while I look things over. I know this might be a little distressing to see, remembering everything.
Are there other knives in this house we need to be aware of?
Only in the kitchen.
Okay.
It was only a thing that I considered for a short period of time, and then I realized I could not help my poor Gertrude if I killed myself. So I've refrained from such thoughts. I put them far away, far out of my head.
Good. Now I'm gonna approach this looks like some ale knocked over, and I'm gonna see if there's like a trail that like it was like knocked from the desk or something, or if it was just dropped.
There's a good amount of it was kind of like here on the side. You can kind of see some stains here, and it probably just kind of rolled over there.
Okay.
Was the cup also from the night where you were in that very dark place, or?
Oh no, the knife is the only thing that I brought into this room, I promise.
Okay, that clears up perhaps more of her state of mind. I'm going to crouch down and look at the garment laid flat here. Oh my god, the doll.
Okay, yeah, it's... I mean, it's kind of like a large, like, it's not really a robe, it's more kind of like a large kind of weather coat, like you wear outside for shielding against the, you know,
like
the elements.
I stole from the house, yeah.
That sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That she would leave without it is a little odd. Unless she had multiple. Did she have another coat?
She had many clothes.
Okay. I guess I'll look over at the bedstand, and is it just like a regular table?
Yeah, there's just a little small candelabra or a little candle holder sitting on the top with a half of the stub of a candle still on it.
Trip is going to check where he keeps his diary and pat under the table for any kind of hidden anything.
Give me a perception roll.
Okay. Skills, perception, there it is.
20!
Ooh!
Oh, we got the first 20!
Ah, come on.
Oh, it didn't even go.
Natural 20!
Yeah, I didn't see the roll.
It rolled for me, so you'll see it in about a week.
But it did show up, so...
Yeah, I see the chat. Nice.
Have you got your dice enabled?
Mm-hmm.
The 3D dice?
Yeah, it rolled for me. A beautiful little yellow...
It didn't roll on our screen. Let me just do a demo roll. This is for nothing. Okay, yep, it rolled.
I didn't see,
I didn't get
see
yours.
that one either.
Oh, that's weird.
I did a GM roll. You wouldn't have seen mine.
Okay.
Here, let me just do a slash. If I just do a normal one.
Yeah, that rolled.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Okay, it was just one of them weird things. It didn't like the fact that you got a 20, Satch.
Sorry, everybody, I rolled one this time.
All right, well, first of all...
I told you to vote for me, so if you didn't...
The
that's on
person
you.
that bet on you just won gold.
Bravo.
So,
Pepper
Pepper
Jack. You're my
Jack.
best friend.
Okay, but more importantly, with such an awesome amount of perception, you notice a couple of things. Not so much on the nightstand, but as you're kind of crouching down to reach under it, you know, you're kind of wedged between that and the bed, and you notice that there are some grooves in the floor where the legs of the bed are, like it has been repeatedly moved backwards, away from the wall a number of times.
Okay, I was gonna say like repeatedly moved away from the wall, or like repeatedly moved in a place, because that's a little different. I'd like to respect your privacy in that case, but if she has it hiding something, that's a little different. Okay, at which point I'll just kind of take that note to myself and be like, Gemma, if you could maybe, I'm about to do something a little more forensic. I would hate for Mary to be distraught by.
Yes, Mary, come with me. Let's go this way.
You want to investigate other rooms in the house?
Let's just leave him alone.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes.
I'm going to take a little longer.
Okay.
And I'll go over here and like look at these shoes. And I'll hold them up like I'm inspecting these shoes, but I'm not inspecting them. He's not inspecting the shoes.
Okay. Where do you want to? You want to go in in that little room there?
Yeah.
Okay.
As soon as she's out of eyesight, I'm moving the bed.
Okay. So, Gemma, it is a small bathroom with a bathtub still full of water, but there is lack of steam, indicating that the water is long cold, and it's just been laying in there. Doesn't look particularly clean either.
I do suggest you clean out this water, ma'am.
I have other things to worry about. I must find my daughter. Do you think I have time for baths? Okay, so Trip. You say you're gonna move the bed?
Yeah, I'm gonna move the bed.
All right.
So following the grooves.
Yeah, you move the bed across. Behind the bed, where the headboard was, you notice that the caulking of the top of one of the bricks has been chiseled out somehow, revealing a small slot that actually goes outside. Like, if you can imagine like a brick about yay big, and somebody just cut all of the wattle
like
out of the
like
top to leave like a clear path through. Beta DM Dragon, thank you for that. 12 months!
1 year!
New badge for you. Take your pants off. Hit the height. Appreciate the support. Okay, and sitting in it is an envelope. It would appear that this was used as some kind of way of passing notes backwards and forwards, like secretly through the house. And obviously, by the number of times that this bed must have been moved to create the grooves where the feet of the bed are, been used more than a couple of times.
Okay. Well, I'm taking the letter.
Okay.
And I'm gonna push the bed back and make everything look exactly as it did.
Okay.
As best I can with how I perceived things beforehand. Hopefully well.
All right.
Then I'm gonna go ahead and just check the little foot.
The foot locker is open. You're able to kind of lift it up and look inside. It's completely empty. But while you're over there, give me another perception roll.
Yeah.
Please.
I have reason to believe that she's probably hidden things all over this room.
Okay.
But not well. Not believing well. Probably just shook by the fact that I actually investigated.
Yeah, I mean, the only other thing that you kind of really notice is other items that you might find is some children's books were in the top drawer here that you can kind of see, but they were just kind of like laying in the top drawer. Mostly things like fairy tales and stuff like that, all covered with dust, means they probably haven't been looked at or played with for a while.
Okay. So if I'm not going to see anything there, I kind of rummaged through the drawers over here earlier.
Oh, hold on, sorry, my bad. I got distracted when you found the bed. I didn't tell you also what you found in the top drawer of the nightstand, because you were initially looking at, you were going underneath that, but with the drawer being there, it would be logical that you would have checked that too, right?
Yeah.
You find several crumbled up pieces of paper.
Well, those are just notes that have been long since passed. I would love those.
Okay. So you grab the crumbled up notes or whatever, the crumbled up pieces of paper as well. Okay.
I'm not going to spend the time reading here, because I don't want to distress Mary any more than she already is about this.
Okay.
And I'm going to basically go back to this nice inn and again just kind of look through things to get kind of more of a sense of like, based on the style of her clothing, the kind of person she might have been, how tall she might have been.
There's a lot of clothes in here that would probably be hard pressed to fit Gemma. Gemma's not big by any means, but these might be a little snug on her.
Okay.
All kind of neatly folded. But that was on the bottom drawer. The two top drawers have had most of the clothing removed.
Okay.
And whoever did so never bothered to shut the drawers again either.
And that overcoat was the same kind of smaller size, or was it bigger?
It was small.
Okay.
It would fit Gemma, probably.
Then, being no stranger to this, and this is, of course, pre-COVID, I'm going to take my finger, look at, and kind of like scrape the edge of the cup and like taste it and see what was in there.
Very pre-COVID.
The cup?
Yeah, I'm basically gonna taste the cup to see what was being.
It's you kind of taste it. It's very sour. It tastes like soured milk.
Okay. So she was actually quite young. Probably.
Now, while you guys are doing that, I'm going to cut to those outside because you've been in here a little while now. Mm-hmm. And the initial thought process was you were just going to drop her off and go. Those of you outside, are you content to sit and continue to wait, or are you starting to feel like you might want to do something different?
Starting to get anxious. Seth, do you think we should go in there, or?
So I'm leaning against like the outer wall, just looking at Doug as he gets more and more anxious. And I'm kind of like playing with my nails, kind of. It's been like 20 minutes, right? You know?
And I'm going to move it to the downstairs real quick, because that's where you guys are. They're all upstairs.
Yeah, I mean, she was pretty upset. So maybe they're just making sure she's not crying anymore. Which I know can take quite a bit of time, with women these days. So I just thought maybe I should just go and check inside. Or I have an even better idea. Octavius, bud.
Yes.
You think you're up for a little secret mission?
Ooh.
Do not, Father. I have taken on multiple secret missions since the last time we spoke.
Okay,
I'm well versed in secret missions. You do not have to patronize me.
It wasn't. I just thought it would be really fun and exciting. Maybe.
Douglas, I got it. Hey, little one.
Yes.
You are forbidden from entering this building.
What did I just say about patronizing me?
He's smart.
I'm not patronizing you. What? I'm saying he's not allowed in there. What if it's another like house that'll try to kill us? So he can't go in.
No.
He'll die.
Way smarter than that. He knows that this is just a regular old father-son mission that I'm gonna give to him to go ahead and just have a little peek-see in there and see what's going on, and then come tell us if everything's okay. You think you could handle that?
You want me to check on Gemma?
Yes.
I mean,
just say.
But don't get stuck in there now. You gotta make sure you come back to let us know everything's okay. Because if you just go in there and then you stay in there, then I have to go in. You see, and that's what I'm trying to avoid. So I'm gonna need to make sure you come back out after it. So if you want to go in, all sneaky like. Oh, yeah, I know you like that. I know you like being a little sneaky one.
Is there a reason for me to be sneaky?
So that if she starts crying and then you gotta give her a hug too and then console her and then it becomes a whole thing. I don't want to make sure all of you get out of there. So just if you could just go in there and take a peek and then come back and tell your old dad what's going on in there, and maybe listen in and just see how it's going, the conversation, and then come back out. That would probably be best. You think you can handle that?
Octavius is just in the middle of that, just gonna walk in the house.
Okay. I think he's got it. Seth.
I'm done. I'm done with this.
Just start looking around for my siblings.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can see that there is a door ajar over here, and this door is firmly closed. So.
Follow it up.
Alrighty, and up the stairs you go. Okay.
I mean, look-see. Doug, look-see.
What?
I mean,
they like when I say the cute words. He used to love it when I would talk like that. Just saying it worked, right? He's in there.
Right, so you emerge at the top of the stairs. You can see Mad Mary. Are you going stealthily?
No, I'm just walking in.
Okay, all right. Mad Mary will probably, just kind of like turn around, slightly startled whenever you get to the top of the stairs and step onto the landing. Oh, my precious boy, come in. Your brother and your sister are in there looking at my Gertrude's room to see if they can see what happened.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of scoot by here.
Okay.
And go into the hallway and stand here so I can sort of see both of them from the doors.
All right.
And just say, hey, everything fine? Father's starting to be himself. He's starting to worry.
Starting to be himself.
If you see me, I have half my arm into the bathtub searching around.
Okay.
Like.
The water is very cold. You don't find anything in there.
All right.
There is some kind of like sediment around the edge, like a ring that was formed that you can kind of see as the water moves. Primarily because this water has been sitting here stagnant for a while. At some point, it probably was used as a bath. But again, the water hasn't been cleaned or changed. It's just been left here for some period of time.
Wipe my arm on that towel.
Okay, yeah.
Gross.
Dry off. Okay.
Octavius, I'm glad you're here. Actually, if you could help me in here real quick.
Yeah, I think Octavius, seeing that there's something kind of going on, I think is going to perk his interest a little bit. Yes, of course. I'll walk in. What's going on?
Okay.
I'm going to basically pull him into the room so that he's around the corner so that you can't see it.
Let me move. I just want to move this so I can grab this.
And I'm just going to say, pocket. And I'm going to hand him over, like, the note that I found and some of those crumpled up papers.
Okay. So, yeah, it's an envelope.
Yeah, I'll put him.
Nobody ever
I'll
searches
conceal
the
him.
halfling. So, yeah.
Okay.
I'll conceal him.
Right. Stash all that.
And be like, there might be more in here. She was definitely onto something. Did you get more on who she was? Because all I'm getting is she was very small. Well, I suppose about your size.
I don't think we did, right? I'm trying to think. We haven't heard anything.
Not really, no. I mean, she's
I didn't
she's
think so.
basically, all you've really ascertained is from Mary that Gertruda was her little girl, who was very happy, and she can't believe that she would have left on her own accord, so something bad must have happened.
Okay, I just wanted to...
That's literally all you've gotten out of her. Yeah.
Okay, cool. No, nothing that we already didn't know.
Some notes about it. She has all of her like baby stuff. I'm gonna kind of point it like the nice hand. Just a bunch of old like baby books and things, and they're just in there coated in dust. Haven't been touched in a long time. So she's probably grown up and hasn't had much aside from what she had. I don't know if it's a social status thing. There's half of her drawers are empty and half of them are full of that stuff that's really small. So she either grew out of it and kept it, or I'm not sure what. But I've been looking over things. I found a secret mail slot, I guess, behind her bedpost. She's onto something. I'm past my secretive phase. I can't think exactly of where I would store things other than that here. But if you could take a look over, where would you hide things here?
Did you check underneath the rug?
See, this is why I love you. And we're gonna go ahead and roll up the rug a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I would check the rug, see if there's any like secret compartments or grooves or anything. That's kind of what I do. I'm really telling Trip to look for, honestly.
And I'd be like, well, I'm doing that if you want to walk around the room or whatever.
Okay. Yep, you lift the rug up and, apparently the rug has not been moved in a very long time. There's a...
It's like sticking?
It's more that, you know, how dust seems to somehow, even though a rug is down, dust accumulates under a rug.
Under it somehow, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much like that. It doesn't look like there was any anything hidden under the rug or anything particularly strange had happened there.
It should also be said for the character of Mary. She did think long and hard about taking her own life after losing her daughter. She has a deal of shame around it and tried to conceal the fact.
What the what?
Resub. CD! Thank you for the resub! Take your pants off, hit the
Thank you,
height.
CD.
I think overall she's harmless, but she does have a propensity for secrecy, and it looks like so did her daughter.
Well, I can imagine what father would be like if he. Hold on. I'm gonna turn and run this way into this room if I can, Gore.
Yep, okay.
Is there a window up here?
Yeah, each of these little, these are windows.
Okay, I'm gonna push open the window and peek my little head out.
Okay.
Father, up here. Hey.
Mythical Paladin! Thanks for the resub! 37 months. Take your pants off, hit the height.
This takes cartoonishly long for him to notice where it's coming from.
Father, look.
I hear you, son. Where are you in the walls?
Oh my
Oh,
God.
where are you?
Look above you, Father.
Doug, he's
There you
above
are.
me. Yeah.
Okay.
Everything
Hey.
is fine. Just checking in. We'll be back. We'll be back shortly. I'm gonna run back.
Oh boy, okay. It's not going well. Seth, look, he's trapped in there now. What am I going to do?
Sorry, I just bought us some more time before Father bursts in here.
Good. Because as soon as he's in here, we aren't going to be able to work.
He's like the blundering cop that comes in and disturbs all the evidence.
All the crime scene, yeah.
Outside, you just hear Seth say, bro, what makes you think they're trapped in there?
So once Octavius gets back, I'm just going to be like, there are other rooms in the house. I haven't seen much more than this one. There's enough to understand that something is going on beyond what we know. I didn't bother reading the notes yet. I figured we could wait till after. But if we could see the rest of the house, perhaps without Mary knowing, because Mary doesn't seem entirely mindless. She's quite together, quite lucid.
Oh,
She's
did you
not at
see
that age, you know?
Did you see the room? As soon as Gemma comes through the door, I'm gonna grab her and also throw her over. Like,
Oh my
trip
God.
into me.
Yeah,
Ow.
I guess that's what, because I guess that's what we're doing. So I just kind of follow suit.
Devious.
What? Sorry, is that not what we're doing? I thought that was like a thing.
Gemma, give me
yeah,
a
you
perception
just-
check.
Okay.
You know, you don't want to be in line of sight. If they see you talking like this to other people, all hunched over and being weird, they don't like that, you know.
What did you find?
A bit. Not
Anything
much
for
yet.
me to read?
No, not yet. Not
Only
not-
all of this?
Yes, but not yet.
Yes. Hand it.
But not yet. Hold on.
Why
We
not?
gotta- let's be clear here first. She didn't have. She had some things hidden about her, which it gives us a bit of a lead, but I don't know much about.
Okay, hand me
Also,
whatever
it
it is.
seems that perhaps she was much older than
Oh, really?
her mother is leading on.
Well, she's being quite weird about the age thing, so.
I mean, if Dad lost all three of us, which I mean, this child was all three of hers, right? In a sense, he would probably remember us in a weird way, you know. I don't imagine it'd be easy for him.
Well, so what else did you find? Or just like look
there were-
around. What?
I'm gonna kind of like gesture to the bed and be like, there was a slot behind the bed that led outside where notes could be passed through.
Ooh,
We have
to
know,
where?
It's outside.
Just to the outside. It wasn't to a like particular
We'll have
home.
to see the outside of the building to see if there's like an access point.
Why don't we
Okay.
just ask the lady if she knew about this?
I don't want to distress her. She seems kind of.
Let me check the windows.
Oh, good. And then,
Okay. As you have said, you are specifically checking the windows. I won't ask you to make another perception skill roll. What you notice is on this window ledge, as you kind of like just go along and check, there is a broken letter opener. You can also tell that the lock or the latch on this window is busted.
I'm gonna like hold up a finger. Come. This way. Found something else.
Just going over here for no reason. What is it?
Latch is busted. Here's a letter opener too.
At closer inspection, it looks like the letter opener was used to pry open the lock.
Is the lock on the outside or inside?
It's on the inside, but what you notice is they're very old and rusty. Like if you like try to open one of them, they don't want to open. They've kind of been rusted into place. So you probably couldn't have opened it, so whoever it was decided probably to take the butter knife to it, or the letter opener to it, and try to,
Okay.
Do you think she was locked in here? Seems like it.
I feel like, in a sense, she was likely locked in here. Given the tendency of the people around here, the way they treat their children. I'm surprised there weren't bricks in front of her door.
I'm gonna like start running for the door because I get suddenly nervous that I might get locked in it. All right. Mary, I am just gonna check this room here. So
that's my bedroom. Please. Check everything.
Okay. Where's? Oh. Wait, I'm gonna go back. Like, where's Dad? And
Just outside.
Uncle. Why are they out there?
They're probably hung up on how rude it might be to enter someone's home once invited.
I'm gonna go get them.
Seth is probably urging him.
Okay. So is that what you can do? You're going to go down and just...
Yeah.
All right. I won't switch floors, but you basically go down to the downstairs and...
Are you coming in? Either of you?
Gemma, is everything okay? Do you need my help? I can help.
You're just standing out here, so it seems kind of weird.
I was just trying to give you guys, the kids, the independence that you so crave to be able to handle things on your own. Because I trust you, and I know you're capable and strong and smart. But if you need me to come in, I'm happy to do so.
Kind of you, and I'm going to step out. Just be like between the three of us. I think Mary might be a little maybe some kind of.
Oh,
keeping.
No.
What?
We talked about this.
Talked about what?
People grieve in different ways, and it's okay. It's just...
No, you don't understand. I think that she had the girl locked in the room.
Oh, she's the bad guy?
I don't know. I think we need to investigate more, though. Your help would be highly appreciated.
Okay.
You want us to go into the bad person's home?
Well, do you want to lock the three of us in here?
Absolutely not. Of course not.
Well, then up you go.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Sadly, we need to protect the children. Let's go.
I don't want to get locked in here. I don't.
Let's at least get them out, okay? We don't have to.
Very creepy doll.
Just go upstairs and say, "Let's go." I mean,
Yes, we delivered her to her home. We've got important business to attend to. Don't forget, we've got a funeral, and I don't want to be late.
Yeah, we got a casket to carry.
Yeah, he's not getting any younger, right? So we gotta get going. Let's just get everybody out of here. I think that's the best plan.
Oh, before I forget, Crispy, happy Father's Day.
Oh, thank you. I was expecting cards from all my children, but it's fine. It's no big deal.
Right, so you
we
guys
love it in different ways.
Is everybody going upstairs?
Yeah, we'll.
Okay,
Yeah.
then put yourselves at the top of the stairs then.
We
Perfect.
come upstairs and she's deadbolting the room. She's got brick and mortar and she's slowly sealing it off.
Okay. When you walk in, she gives kind of like a little bit of a half smile, like she's somehow pleased that everybody seems to be taking this seriously and everybody's coming in to help. So she's, oh, you are so very kind to me. I feel sure that perhaps with your help we will find my daughter.
Yes.
Yes,
Definitely.
of course. Just gonna find my children first, and then we'll get right on to yours.
And she'll just kind of like move to the side and points down the hallway and lets you know that they're all the way down the end of the hall here. This is my Gertrude's bedroom. They're in there, investigating to see what happened.
Okay, great. We're just gonna go right on in then.
I'm gonna stay out here.
Okay, you
Hang out with
stay
Mary.
with Seth, okay?
Yeah, I'm just leaning against the wall at the top of the stairs, kind of arms crossed.
And I'll head on in, see the boys. Like, I'm gonna kind of shut the
Pull
door a
them to
little
the
bit. And be like, okay, so we're investigating something. I hear. Gemma told me something is afoot.
Well, yes, to some degree. She has what would seem a secret life and all of her childhood memories saved on the side. I don't know. Just loads of books and things all covered in dust from her childhood. She hasn't touched in years, right? And then she disappeared out that window, and I'm gonna point to the one over here and just be like, most likely seeing as that's the one with the broken latch. So if we were to try and find any kind of track or way she was going from there, it would be outside that window on the ground floor. That being said, the age of these, and kind of like gesturing at the latches on the other windows, it seems she never used the windows, so she either spent very little time here, or wasn't allowed to leave, or use the windows out of fear or something. And seeing the way people treat windows here, be likely the fear of something coming in. Miss Mary attempted to, had seriously considered attempting suicide. And I'm going to gesture to the middle of the room. We found a knife there. She was very flustered and flummoxed. I'm sure you could imagine the hopelessness of losing someone that might make them feel. And then I'm going to go over here. The top drawers are empty. The bottom ones are full of kids' clothes. She took everything she had that was still applicable to her. So I'm thinking she likely just planned this and left. Octavius currently has them, but we have some notes from a hidden slot behind her bed where someone could fit a letter from outside and she would receive it. The marks under the bed imply that she did this frequently. She has some kind of secret life thing going on, I think. We didn't check the letters because we're still here and we don't want to upset Mary any further, but it'd be good to check the rest of the house and see if there's any other reason we can derive as to why she would flee. I suspect that Miss Mary might be a little bit insane.
Okay, that's great work. Yes, so we have a gone girl situation. It looks like she is
Classic.
She is flown the coop, and we know that. So I think Mary's pretty happy to let us look anywhere else. Where did you want to go now?
I think Gemma checked the bathroom.
Okay, Gemma seems pretty concerned about this woman. That maybe she was like keeping her here against her will.
Yeah, and I thought that too, but I also think maybe we're all just afraid of houses after the last one we were in.
Right. Yes. The houses are very creepy.
I'm going to admit, like, I would rather sleep outside where the wolves that were wolves, but big. I'd rather sleep next to them than in a house for the next couple of days, honestly. I am terrified of houses.
Yes, that's fair. Okay. Well, how about we already know where she went. We know that. So I don't think we need to look for any more clues.
Where did she go?
She went to go meet this mist thing and try to escape from this crazy mother of hers, right? That's what I'm thinking. It's clearly a
what
ruse.
You're thinking isn't knowing.
Well, when you've lived as long as I have and you've seen the things I've seen, you
make assumptions about other people and
you just kind of follow your gut.
Totally ignore any scientific fact reason. You just ignore the investigation altogether.
Okay, by just saying we have to get out of here. I just wanted you guys to drop her off and let her, continue crying, and that's great that she kind of calmed her down a little bit, and just let her know we're going to keep looking, and then we're going to get out of here because we have business.
We do have business too, but they have to finish making the coffin. We have time, and the more we can learn about wherever we are, the more likely we are to survive it. Like knowing that Glassjaw Jones doesn't have a glass jaw, but in fact it's actually fused and doesn't take damage, really helps Seth out when he gets in a brawl with him, and then it gets me a lot more money. So what I'm saying is we need to know where we are. And
so you think she had a glass jaw? Is that what you're saying?
Jesus Christ.
That's
you are so dunderpaid. You make the road outside look like a painting.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna go ahead and roll damage for that one.
Self-imposed.
Vicious mockery.
How rude.
So while that's all happening, I'm looking at Mary. Jesus Christ.
I'm not kidding.
How dare you?
Mad. You're not taking this seriously at all.
I'm taking it so seriously.
You just gave Dad a headache.
Oh, man. I'll take my damage, but I don't like it.
Unless you take the wisdom save. You could do a wisdom save.
Yeah, do a wisdom save and shrug it off.
I think we know I'm going to fail that.
Yeah, you may not. You're only at 14.
It's only a 14.
See?
You don't get that.
You shoved it off.
But you are aware that I did lace that with magic, so you know.
The words cut, just not physically, just emotionally.
So every day of our relationship. Hooray!
Okay, so Seth, you were saying?
As I'm looking at Mary holding this doll, which I didn't really get a good look at, I don't think, at all.
Okay, well, I
see the handout of it, so.
Okay, yeah, I'm just going to pop it up for chat to see it once more because it's so pretty.
It's so
carry
good.
on.
I'm just going to look at her and be like, with my arms crossed, that's a creepy ass doll you got there, lady.
Oh, not really. It's from a very famed toy maker from a nearby town. My daughter used to love this doll so much, and there's a reason why something had to happen to her, because she would have never left it behind voluntarily.
Hey, Gemma.
Yes.
You ever like dolls that look like that?
Can I see it, Mary? I'll hold out my hand to see if she'll get
Okay,
it.
yeah, she'll hand you the doll.
All right, I want to look at it.
I mean, it's a sackcloth doll that's... again, the little tag on it says, "Is no fun, is no Blinsky."
Weird. I'm going to turn it around, turn it over a bit, see if there's any, zippers on it. Just anything weird about the doll? Any weird, stitchings that look like...
Nothing other than the fact that, all in all, it's just... I mean, the weird stitchings, the way that they put stitches in the mouths, kind of it's not the most wholesome looking doll you've ever seen. But it is remarkably well stitched and made.
Okay, I'm gonna hand it back. I've never had a doll like that.
So, when did you get your daughter that doll?
Oh, My late husband gave it to her. He was very prideful. It was a Gadolf Blinsky doll that he bought all the way from Valaki for her.
How long ago was that?
Oh, when he was alive.
So, a year ago? 5 years ago?
You have to understand, when you live in a place like this, the days run together. Sometimes it is so dark you do not know when it is day or night. It seems like forever ago. But, yes, my poor late husband, he was a stupid man. He did not listen.
So, it was Arena who told us that Gertruda wanted to run away, right? I mean, that was...
Yes.
She informed us of that.
Yes. And that she had planned to meet Gertruda to do so, but...
And then it didn't happen.
Something happened to Gertruda in the short term.
And that was how long ago, according to Arena?
She didn't specify, but she led you to believe it was fairly recent.
Okay. So I'm going to look at Gemma again. And I'm going to say, I know that your father and me, to a degree, can be a handful. Gemma, have you ever wanted to run away from us? And you can be honest, I won't tell your father.
All the time.
Yes, of course, but I knew it wouldn't be smart because...
Well, how old were you when that happened?
9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
so your entire childhood.
Often I would think about it.
Everyday sense. Every day since I crawled out of mother's womb.
9 years old. So is that how old Gertruda is? 9?
Are you asking Mary?
I'm asking Mary, yeah. I'm looking at Mary again.
Well, she is my sweet little girl.
Yeah, but how old is sweet little girl to you? I mean, I don't consider Gemma a sweet little girl anymore. She's, grown up.
She is less mature and smaller than her.
Well, Gemma is like in her 20s, so,
I'm 19, I'm not 20.
Oh, that doesn't know how old you actually are. So I say that. I say towards the 20s.
Yeah. If my husband had still been alive, I'm sure she would still be here.
Did they have a strong relationship?
Well, Barovia was a stern man, but he was a loving father and husband. But I told him to stop trying to be a hero. But he didn't listen, and he went off on that foolish revolt a year ago.
A revolt?
Yes, he said something about going to overthrow something or someone. I told him he should keep himself out of it, and he didn't listen to me, and he wound up dead. Never to return.
Was the revolt, you think, against Strahd himself?
I do not know.
It sounds like you kind of know. You could tell me. I'm new here.
I am not.
Just whisper it into my ear. Nobody will hear.
Okay. So she beckons you over to her.
Okay. Oh, going under the skirt.
Oh, what are you doing? Get out! Get out from under there!
Sorry.
Your hands are cold! No. I bet you've been putting your hands in the bath water again, haven't you?
Happy Pride.
She leans and she goes, "It was, yes, but we mustn't speak of it."
Do I? Okay.
How
I
many
mean, I'm trying to
tried
listen.
to revolt?
You trying to listen?
Oh, yeah, I'm
Give me a
paying
perception
attention.
roll. I mean,
All right.
they're whispering, but give me a perception check.
Sure.
I rolled.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You heard something about purple monkey dishwasher.
Oh, good to know. It's useful.
How big was the revolt?
Shh, we mustn't talk about it.
That's very interesting.
All you need to know is it failed, and far too many good people were killed.
Were they trying to get out of Barovia?
And this is not the first time this has happened. There was once a much larger revolt. Armies of people over the centuries have tried, and all of them have died.
Oh, crap. Have you heard of anyone that has ever been able to leave?
You cannot leave. No one can leave.
Sorry that your
And
husband
where
got
would
caught
you
up
go?
in it. Home?
This is home to us. I was born and raised here. As was my husband Balovic, and as our daughter, Gertruda.
So why would she want to run away?
She would not. She was a happy child. She would never have chosen to run away.
Well,
Is the whispering getting louder?
Yeah, it is at this point. They've stopped. The whispering was really only about the
That first
revolt, and
yeah.
like she clearly didn't want to vocalize any badness towards Strahd. It was all like, "Oh no, we mustn't talk about that." But yeah, you can definitely hear this last part.
So yeah, I'm just gonna chime in and be like, Mary, listen, I understand after your husband's passing, you want to protect your loved ones. I see that in Doug, my brother, who's in there, by the way, all the time. I just have to ask, were you keeping your daughter prisoner here?
No, of course not.
Listen, I'm not judging you. This is a pretty shitty town, and you know.
I mean, I used to make sure that at nighttime she stayed in and stayed safe, because it is dangerous out on the streets at night. There are strange things that come into the town.
But if she wanted to run away,
And
that would suggest she didn't want to stay here.
she didn't want to run away. She wouldn't have. I'm telling you, she was taken. Something must have happened to her. She'd have never chosen to run away. And after the people started to disappear, at night time, it was important that I keep her safe.
All right, I'm gonna fold my arms a little tighter. Not happy with this, but I'm just not gonna say anything more.
I just awkwardly pat her on the shoulder, like, it's okay.
I know I'm sure some people think that it was one of the disappearances that has been happening every month, but I know that that is not the truth because I kept her inside, safe at night.
And during the day,
Oh, nothing bad tends to happen during the day.
so she could wander around town.
Well, yes. But must be home before dusk. That was our rule.
Okay, well, as you know, a part of our investigation, which apparently we're doing now, I thought we were going to church, but you know, what it is, what it is. We're going to have to ask around town and ask if when the last time they saw your daughter. I hope we get clear answers.
I hope so too. I have asked some people, but nobody seems to have seen her. Again, they said that there has been several disappearances over the last 10 months or so, and that it was probably one of those, but they all happened at night, and she did not leave the house after dark. I know this to be true.
Okay, guess we wait.
Okay, so back in Gertie's room. Are y'all done with your investigating of this room, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, I was just going to be like, we need to see the rest of the house, at the very least.
Okay, if you insist, I guess I'll go and...
There's only one door up here that you haven't explored yet, and that's the door off of her room.
Well, lead the way, and we'll get to the bottom of this. And I'm just going to stand outside the door.
I'm going to cut through as soon as he moves his wide frame.
Okay.
I can help you if you need some help.
And then that door's open and she's visible through there. So I'm not going to roll up the rug, but I'm going to kind of like kick the side of it, just like, oh, oops, it caught my foot kind of thing.
Oh, I almost fell over.
See if it has a similar amount of dust underneath
it does. Okay. There's nothing untowards underneath there.
Yeah.
I'll kind of post up to and kind of block the view, like,
okay,
coast is clear. Go ahead.
If he's blocking the door, I'm gonna rifle through the drawers really quick and just be like, "Is this a normal set of drawers for a normal person, or you got like?"
There's
kinks?
A few fairly basic sets of clothing, dresses, nightgowns, and stuff like that. That's about it.
Okay, so that's a normal person dresser.
Normal person dresser.
Then yeah, I'll check what's in this room.
Okay. It is a small room that's really made out as a closet. Equal part woman's clothing, equal part man's clothing. By the side of the man's clothing, the mister of the house, apparently, who ran off and got himself killed, would have been a pretty big, hefty-looking fellow. I mean, the clothes are easily the size that would fit your dad or your uncle.
What's all this? That's spooky.
Okay, it is more books, most of which, again, are children's books. There is also a photograph, or not really a photograph, that would be the wrong terminology, but there is a painting that is laying face down.
Gonna look at that.
Okay. It is a portrait of a large man with thick mutton chops on the side of his head. Again, very much a big, hefty, robust, imposing-looking figure, but clearly of the common variety. The clothing looked common. He's not dressed. He's probably dressed in his finest clothes, but they're commoners' finer clothes, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
There's less shit on those clothes than the rest of his clothes.
Okay. It's just him?
Yep.
Well, in that case, I'm just gonna set it back down, and I'm gonna do that thing, because I'm gonna note the amount of dust on things at this point.
Okay. Most of the stuff in her room is not overly dusty. The shelves over here, where all of his clothes are dusty.
Makes sense.
But we're not talking a mega thick layer of dust, but a healthy, we're not talking years worth of build-up, but a good while.
And the little painting of him, the little portraiture, that was relatively clean, or?
Relatively. A little dust on the back, but not much. Okay. If you run your finger across it, there's a little, but again, it's not caked on there.
Oh, so she has like 4 dresses. That's a little sad. Granny deserves a glow up, is what I'm getting out of this.
Makeover.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just check in the bin here, I guess, and see if there's any.
Okay, that's just dirty clothes. Yeah. By the pungent smell, it's probably been accumulating there for a while and hasn't been washed recently at all.
Okay.
So probably those were dirty clothes that were meant to be washed, but somebody just didn't bother.
Yeah, so she's kind of totally lost her interest in continuing her life until this is solved. That's what I'm getting from that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the general theme of this house, is like, and also her, she looks kind of like malnutritioned and stuff. Like, she's been so down and so depressed, she hasn't been eating properly, she hasn't been keeping house, she's really just been wallowing in it.
She needs some self-care.
All right, but that's about everything up here that I think you looked at.
Yeah, I'm gonna just report back and be like, yeah, it's
Where's your dog?
Great question.
He's currently helping make the coffin.
I don't know if I started out on the map with him.
You did not.
Yeah.
I just noticed
He's
that.
right by my side.
Let me fix that. I'll throw a dog around. Yeah, we need a...
Where's that dog?
Sleeping on the bed like a bad pup.
Yeah, he's probably pissing up something somewhere. Okay. Dog.
Great.
He's probably in there drinking the bath water.
Gross. But better than what he usually eats.
True.
Yeah, based on what he ate outside the tavern, yeah. Okay, yeah, so you've investigated this room up here. Anything else you want to do, or you want to venture on down the stairs and take a look at the lower floor a bit more?
I think we've exhausted what we can find up here, yeah.
Okay. Alrighty, then let's move you guys back down the stairs. Oh. Okay. Okay. Well, this room pretty much... Oh, the downstairs really only consists of 2 rooms. The main living area, and then there's one door off of it that is yet to be opened.
I think it was the kitchen.
Fairly good assumption.
Check out this kitchen. Keep hearing about it.
Okay.
Round for food. More food.
I'm going to block the door again, just trying to keep it all
All right.
hush-hush so she doesn't see what my children are doing.
Okay. I mean, there is a table.
I appreciate Dad for a moment, but that's great.
Yeah, the kitchen table has got pots and pans and stuff on it, and looks like a meal was had, but nobody's cleaned it up. And again, by the looks of it, it was a while ago that meal existed. The stove is cold. There's pots and pans over here. Food here. You notice a rat is kind of like running along the top with a large piece of moldy greenish looking bread in its mouth. And it kind of drops down and runs underneath the table as soon as you get over there.
Cleaning crew.
But the food in here, the vast majority of it has gone bad. And there's a back door there that leads outside, but that's about it.
I hope Dad doesn't turn out like this if we ever go missing.
Huh? What?
Yes, me too.
When we die, young child,
embarrassing.
yeah, when we die, young father, please don't be so depressed.
Let that be our dying wish. Don't be this pathetic.
Yeah,
No promises.
be less crap.
No promises. I'm gonna be sad. Not much in here really to decide. Okay. You have a physical description. We saw the state of the room.
Can we go now? Are we
We
good?
can go. We're
Okay.
good.
Okay, great. I'm gonna get out of the way for them so they can come through.
Alrighty. When she realizes that you're all kind of heading towards the door, she says, "So, did you find anything at all that would help us understand what horrible thing happened to my poor daughter? Oh, my poor beloved little Gertie."
Not yet, but we're looking further into it. We're going to check around the house outside and then
And please ask around, and
ask around, yeah?
if I had any wealth at all, it would be yours for her return. If anything at all in the house that you wish, it is yours. I know I do not have much, but it is. I would gladly gift it to you if you find my daughter.
It's a really nice hat that the old man had.
Please take it. It is yours.
No, we don't need any of your stuff. That's okay. Right, everyone. We're just gonna.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, okay,
Trip.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna run up and grab the hat.
Okay. All right. Yep. You get the kind of big brimmed hat that has the feather in it.
Yeah.
It's probably the nicest piece of clothing that they had. So.
Yeah, it's like, good for like the constant rain.
Right. Keep the rain out of your eyes and stop your gray drabbing hair from constantly banging into your eyes.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I mean, she is no... If anything, she is slightly more hopeful. She seems a little bit more pepped. Not a lot. She's still a miserable, completely out of sorts woman that's given up on life. But at least she feels like there's a slim chance that somebody else other than her might be looking for her daughter.
I'm going to approach her as we're leaving, wearing her husband's hat.
Oh, he always looked so handsome in that hat. But he was considerably taller than you.
I'll work on that one. In the meantime, and I'm going to give her a silver piece, and I'm just going to be like, please, go down to the tavern, get yourself some food, and do something to take care of yourself while we handle this, okay?
She looks at you and she says, "Oh, I have plenty of food in the kitchen. I will be fine."
There's a rat running off with it currently.
Nothing that my broom will not fix.
Oh, well then...
Don't you worry about me. Don't you worry about me. Worry about my daughter. Find her and bring her home to her loving mother. Please.
We'll do the best we can. Absolutely. Let's leave, guys. Let's leave.
What a shithole. Okay.
It's starting to smell on me.
And alrighty, you get out of the depressing house and back onto the streets of Barovia. Okay. Where do you wish to go from here? Just down the street right here is the Bildrath's Mercantile, which was the one store that was here in town. And you were told that the church was at the far end of the northern part of town.
We're going to start walking that way, because we have to go there.
Okay. But you get to the crossroads. Right there across from you is the Blood on the Vine Tavern. And then the main street kind of continues, and it wouldn't be too hard to ascertain. You can probably see the church all the way down the end of this long street. Okay. There we are. Let's let me have a look here. All right. Yeah, as you approach the church, it is a fairly drab state of affairs and in somewhat significant disarray. It's kind of like a sagging edifice of stone and wood, like no one has tended to this architecture in a very long time. There's a bell tower that rises up towards the sky at the back. You can see a little bit of flickering light shining through the holes in the shingled roofs and the rafters. Yeah, again, it's At one point was probably a half-decent building, but much like a lot of this town, it's just been neglected beyond belief.
Just remind me what we're doing here again. We are talking to the father.
Yeah, we're gonna let him know that we've got a ceremony coming, so we can get prepped.
Okay.
And maybe see if maybe he has some info on this this devil guy. Maybe he can.
Devil guy.
The person who won't let us leave here. Maybe he has.
The devil's Strahd is what she's alluding to.
Yes.
Strahd.
Yes. That one. We're gonna just get some more info on what's going on here with this place, right? Everyone?
As you kind of approached it, you could also see that it had like an iron grated fence running all the way around the back that would have been encompassing a very large graveyard.
So,
Okay.
give a
Knock on the big door then.
polite knock. Remember a polite knock.
Okay.
It's polite.
So you knock on the heavy wooden doors,
Like we
at which
talked about.
point, as you knock on them, you will notice that there are a lot of scratch marks on the door, and it also has also been scarred by fire in the past.
This is a great sign.
You knock hard enough? Maybe try
I did.
again.
I knocked like 1,000,000 times.
But maybe a little
Yep,
less
and there's
aggressive.
initially no answer.
Okay, I try again.
Boom, 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 boom. You knock on the very large, heavy, thick doors. And again, still no answer.
I'm just gonna walk up, kind of push Gemma aside, and just try to open the door.
Oh.
Jeez.
You can't just do that.
Okay.
Can we?
Thank you, Dad.
Strangely enough, the door of the church is locked. Most churches tend to be open, but nope.
So, no
Perhaps
one's
they're
home?
Perhaps they're around back, attending to another funeral or something.
Yeah. Let's.
Grave digging.
Could be. Maybe we have to make an appointment.
I
could
think we
leave a-
should
we
go
could leave a
around
note.
back. I'd love to see these graves.
Yeah, I was about to
This
say, should I
creepy
leave
town.
a note?
Yes, but I don't like the way you said it.
How should I say it? How should
Yeah, I don't like the way you said it. I only like the way he said it.
Say it in the way that means that you mean you're going to do it, not the way when you say things that you mean you're not going to do it. Because,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
let's
we can
go
go to the
around
back.
the back.
Let's go to the back. That's fine.
Yeah, we're gonna go around back.
No, that's cool. I'm just trying to figure something out real quick. I apologize. Should have done this earlier, but I didn't, so nah. Okay, let me grab you guys real quick. A little bit of oh, I already did that. Duh. Sometimes I amaze myself in my prep work and I forget that I've done it. Okay. So you guys you say you want to wander around the back and to the graveyard area?
Yes, that's what we're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I apologize. Let me go back to here. Okay. You want to wander around to the left? Want to wander around to the right? Give me a direction.
Right. Let's go right.
Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, so you get around and you're kind of walking along the edge of this large iron grated fence. It's about 8 foot tall. Pretty tall for a graveyard fence, in fact. Looking over it, you can see a lot of stone mausoleums. You can see most of those are kind of dotted with much smaller, less grand gravestones, many of which are just kind of wooden or somewhat kind of half, dilapidated and hanging off to the side, and kind of, again, it hasn't been well kept up. It's a pretty huge graveyard, so you kind of like peer over the fence or through the bars of the fence and look around, but you can't see anybody. I will, however, have each of you give me a perception skill roll. Alrighty, we have an 11 from Douglas. We have an 11 from Octavius, a 17 from Gemma. 17 from Seth, an 8 and a 5 from Gemma.
I don't know why that happened. My character sheet has gone really weird all of a sudden.
Well, yeah, because you have
I
the
don't
whole
see
appendix
James at
of
all.
everything,
This is
right?
weird.
If you minimize everything, Jane, it gets way easier. See the little minuses by chapter 2?
Wait, what?
Blame Sass. Sass, did you
Sorry,
break
I
it?
don't know. No, it was fine. Oh, here it is. Okay, I accidentally clicked NPC sheet, and then I lost everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just go back. Okay.
There we go.
Nice. 15, 17, and 18.
Cool.
We're so good at looking at this ground.
There you go. Okay. Yeah, because your perception roll was not correct. Okie dokie. So, yeah, Gemma and Seth. You will notice over here, as you kind of glance between these two stone sarcophagi, mausoleum sort of things, there's actually a fairly freshly dug grave there.
This is fascinating. A graveyard in a creepy town.
You
Shall we
guys,
see what's underneath it?
There's no one out there though, right?
no, there is not.
Even into the distance.
I mean, not from what you can see from here, but again, it's a
Yeah.
huge graveyard.
It's
There's no
huge.
way you can see the whole graveyard from this one spot.
Sure.
So the question is, do you want to walk the perimeter, or do you want to kind of figure out how to hop over an 8-foot iron grate fence?
No, I'm gonna look at the actual church to see if there's another side entrance or anything on this side.
Okay.
Or can you see through the fence?
Yeah.
So try to get an angle to see where they would come out into the graveyard.
There is
Like
a back.
on that
Yeah,
wall?
there is a back door there.
Is it open?
No.
Uncle,
What?
Uncle.
Hmm.
why don't you hoist and throw me over?
Actually,
What?
I
No,
lied.
misfits.
There is not a back door. I completely lied. Sorry. I just
said we
hang
never
on
do
a
that.
minute. Let me check that. Yeah.
What?
I don't agree
Trust
with
me.
throwing
Trust
my
me
son over into a
It's not-
graveyard.
It's
Oh
not,
no,
throwing, it's
there's a
assisting.
formation we can do. I'll do a little bump. You can do a tack off my back, and then Seth can grab your foot and toss you the rest
Okay,
of the
then
legs.
what-
That way, it's a combination force.
like a ramp.
Yeah.
What if there's like a demon over there and he can't get back over?
There's no demon.
Well, we don't know that.
Do you see a demon?
I mean, Octavius
Well,
jumped
no, a lot of
inside
the
of the
times
last
they're-
demon we saw and
they're-
ripped him to shreds. So
Well, I didn't quite jump, but yes.
I,
try
What?
to pick you up, buddy. Just play along.
I don't want him to go over there by himself. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Why
I
don't,
volunteer to go.
Oh, wait, that's even worse.
You can throw me too.
Then two of you will be
A
over
volunteer's tribute.
You said he can't go alone, and so I can solve the situation by joining.
there. Oh, no, you
Please,
guys-
Dad.
systemed
Please,
me.
Dad.
Please,
what,
Dad.
what-
It's a graveyard. You
Oh,
know,
don't give me that.
The both of us love graveyards, and that's just
Hey,
a fact
we
of
only knocked
life
politely, didn't
or
we?
death. Get
When
it?
you give me that look when you want to go to a graveyard, oh,
Please,
all
Dad.
those times.
Touring a graveyard with my sister would bring me nothing but great joy.
We would
Ugh.
bond so much in there together.
Will you hold hands so I can see?
Sure.
That's a weird thing to ask out loud.
Like, just so that they don't get lost and get snatched up by...
Guys.
I don't want him to get snatched.
Guys.
So many times.
Why don't we just walk the other
What is going
side
on with Roll20? Hold on.
to see if there's another entrance to the church, so we don't break into a graveyard?
It's a little iffy.
We're not breaking in if we don't catch
especially
anything.
as outsiders. This is generally where they keep what they're fond of. Like their relatives and heritage. If we're just a bunch of people who came into town and we're like, "Yep, gonna go ahead and just not respect this barrier that you put up," it's a little odd. We did knock politely. Maybe we should knock a little less politely. That seems to be the style here, anyways.
Oh, so a rude knock, you said.
Maybe a rude knock is more polite in their eyes than cultural differences.
I think I like the idea of a rude knock.
I can do
first.
a rude knock.
And then we go look for another door. Second. And then if all else fails, I throw 2 of my sweet children
Over the fence.
Third. Last choice, though. That's the least on the totem pole of choices. If we could just,
I'm gonna go over and give you a hug. Thanks, Dad.
great. Please let the rude knock work. Okay, let's go.
All right, so you're going to head back down to the front door, or the big double doors.
And around the side to see if there's another entrance on the other side, like the left side.
Yeah, maybe
right?
while we're knocking.
Okay, there is a gate here that leads into the graveyard.
Try the gate.
Okay, it's old, it's rusty, but it does open.
See? Look at that.
All
Seth,
right,
you're
I
a
guess we can
genius.
all go in.
This is great. Now we can all do a family graveyard tour, right? Everyone?
Some guy walks up to you and asks you for $5.
So
Says
yeah,
you're here for the you're a little bit early, but you're here for the noon graveyard tour. No,
so enter and immediately
Sundays,
see if there's a back entrance.
there is not.
There is not.
No.
Okay.
Basically, there's like a little worn path that kind of runs around the side of the church from the front door. So this is clearly where everybody comes into the graveyard.
So let's quickly see if there's anyone back here, and then return to the front door. Right?
Okay. Any particular plan of action? How you want to quickly cover the whole graveyard, or?
I will refer to my graveyard experts on the best course of action, how to efficiently see all of the tombstones.
Well, what is our end
Investigate.
goal here?
To find someone?
Find somebody, not
To find a living person would be ideal today. If you could.
A non-corpsed person.
All right.
Yes.
Well, let's look for a back door to the church, perhaps.
There is not
Well,
one.
there is
Oh, wait,
not
We've
no,
one.
already
there's
checked
not
that,
one. Okay, sorry. Yes, I'll take the right side.
Okay. So Jim is gonna go this kind of head down the right path.
I'm gonna walk up the middle so I can look both.
Okay,
left
so
and-
Jim is going this way. Seth is going this way. So I guess we're determining that we are splitting up. That's cool.
Okay.
D&D.
Yes. Yeah.
Who else?
Yeah, classic.
So I would take the other, whichever way Gemma doesn't go.
Okay, so you're gonna head this way.
Yeah, just
I will follow Octavius.
All right,
I'm-
so Dougie is gonna kind of like follow where Octavius goes. What about you, Trip?
Seeing that Octavius is accompanied and Gemma just ran off, I'm gonna be like, Seth, you're fine, and follow Gemma.
Okay.
Poor Seth.
Alrighty. Well,
Aw.
you guys, two things are noticeable. One, nope, there's not a single living soul out here. But you do find a few more fairly recent-ish graveyards. Not a whole bunch, just a handful, kind of scattered around. None of which, however, have any headstones or tombstones to them. None at all. But other than that, you can all kind of come back and recongregate together, realizing, yep, ain't no one back here.
All right, and we'll head to the front door again.
Alrighty.
And maybe we should take a little break.
We can take a quick break, yeah. So you guys You've gone back round to the front of the church. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock a little bit louder and more aggressively, not politely.
Okay, you're just gonna like boom, 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 belt on the door with your big mauler.
Yeah.
Okay.
Break the door if I have to.
Sounds good. Let me see here. All right. Need to pop down to here and get this ready for you guys. Well, where is it? No, this will do. I'll keep this plan. Okay. Let's move you over on the map then. 1 second. And I need him. All right, this is I believe this is a dynamic lighting map. I believe, let me see.
Yeah.
Yep, it is. Let me move you guys onto said map. And you will be looking at the bottom left part of it.
Oh, yep. Nice.
And we're going to move you guys. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay. You can move yourselves, but I was also going to just move you guys up here. All right. Okay, you loudly thump and beat upon the door. Again, initially, there is no reply.
What do we do? Guys?
Well, we could try the leaving a note idea again. I guess it's not that important that he knows.
Speaking of notes, nobody's bothered to look at any of those notes yet, right? You're all still like nursing all those that crumbled up pieces of paper in the letter. Okay.
Maybe we let them know maybe he's missing or something maybe happened to him. Should we tell someone? Maybe he's shopping. Maybe he went to go eat. Is it lunchtime? What time is it? It might be breakfast. Maybe.
What time is
the bathroom. Maybe he's got indigestion.
I mean, it's you head out. You kind of went.
Keep going.
To go pee.
Maybe he had to pee real bad. Who knows?
No. I mean, it's getting on in the day between all the shenanigans and everything that you've been up to, going down to,
the surrounding. I mean,
it's not dark. It's still. I mean, it probably is around noonish. Probably, maybe a little later.
And
so he's having a nice lunch.
Being a church, we've passed windows, right? I mean, stained glass, I imagine, or.
Well, there were some on the left and some on the right, for sure.
Not see-through.
No, not stained glass, and they're all too high to be able to go through.
Okay. Why would the guy send us here if we couldn't make our introduction and do what we had to do?
Maybe he's mistaken. I don't know. I'm a kid. What do you want from me?
Do you believe the father sleeps here, or do you think he has a house somewhere else?
I don't know.
Was there something that looks like a parish hall in the building?
It's a big place. I feel like there's got to be at least.
Okay, at this point, your dog has now gone up to the door, and is like sniffing it and whining at it. Like,
Whiskey thinks we should go in.
Yeah, I'm gonna bang again. I mean, as loud as before. Rudely.
Okay. This time you hear a muffled voice from the other side of the door say, Hello?
Yes, we'd like to talk to the father. The priest.
One moment.
Yeah, I wait a minute.
Okay, eventually, the door is opened, and you see before you a 10-foot wide, 20-foot long hallway leading to a brightly lit chapel. The hall is unlit and reeks of mildew, however. There are 4 doors, 2 on each side of the hall, lead to the adjacent chambers. And you can see that the chapel is strewn with debris, and is kind of really just in more disarray than you'd honestly would have initially expected. I'm going to go ahead and move you guys in now. I've given you that description. Okay, standing before you is what you assume to be the priest. He kind of like looks at you. He is a fairly robust, middle-aged man. He's got graying hair around the sides, kind of a strong, receding hairline, and you can see what once was his natural color of dark brown more on the top. He is wearing a priestly robe or gown that is somewhat moth-worn and a little bit kind of dour, to be honest. And it has some kind of patterns and stuff on it that you have not seen before. He also has, hanging from his belt, what you assume to be the holy symbol of his faith, and I can show you what that looks like. And there it is. Basically, it is like a circle with kind of a golden pattern on a kind of dark purple background. He looks at you and you see he has somewhat of a puzzled look on his face. I am Father Donovich. You are?
My name is Seth, and this is my brother Douglas.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Guess from... you'll have to forgive me. I do not recognize your accent. Where are you from?
Well, we're from our Arconis.
You must forgive my voice. I've been praying all night long. It is a little hoarse.
Great. I'm gonna look past him to like the debris and broken pews, I assume.
Okay. He kind of like looks back and then I am somewhat embarrassed, but there is no real call for a church anymore in this place.
Well, Ismark sent us. We are here to prime you to a burial that he wants done. Do you still do burials?
Oh, we have not had a burial here of any kind for months, many months.
Well, Ismark is making the coffin for his father now.
Oh, the late Burgomaster. Yes, I can understand that would be of importance. So we're going to go ahead and have him put in the ground. I see. Yes. Will there be many people attending the funeral? Or it is a stately affair for the whole village, or is this more of a private thing for Ismark and perhaps his sister?
I mean, we have been tasked with helping carry as pallbearers, right? I think that will pretty much be it. Just us and them, Arena and Bismarck.
I see. Well, it would be a great pleasure. Junk Farmer, thank you for the sub! 87 months. Take
Thank
your
you, Junk.
pants off. It's a hype. Yes, I would happily lay him to rest and give his body the blessings of the Morning Lord.
Morning Lord. You mean Pelor?
No, the Morning Lord. And he kind of like, his hand like instinctively goes to his holy symbol as he says that.
Yeah, I look back at Trip particularly. That's Pelor, right?
Oh, don't get me started on Pelor.
Used to know these zealots once, these two sisters.
I mean,
They made a great pie.
Oh my. Perhaps this is the name that he is no.
Oh, Jane. How rude.
Well, that was weird. Did she freeze up beforehand, or did it just?
I didn't even notice.
I didn't see
I wasn't looking at Jane.
But I'm Jane now.
That was weird.
Say something embarrassing.
All the gummy bears now. It's all
Okay.
mine.
Well,
I guess.
Work on that.
I
she didn't
will.
send anything or tell us anything, so I'm assuming this was.
It must be a drop, yeah.
It had to be a drop, yeah.
Wait, did I get a... No.
But normally, what happens is it freezes in before anyone drops. They kind of freeze in Zoom, right?
No.
But I wasn't watching Jane's windows, so
It was Jeremy. He just pulled the plug. Enough.
enough. No more game for you. There she is.
Yeah, hey.
That was
Listen to
fun.
me, ma'am.
Right, let me just fix you guys because you're.
How rude.
What do you have to say for yourself?
I gotta put
What'd
you
you
all
do?
back
Why'd
where
you
you
do
belong now.
Was it
'cause
Tommy?
Yeah,
Tommy do
Jane.
it?
We said
I
it was
don't
Jeremy
know,
who
my
just pulled the
internet
plug
went
because
out.
you didn't spend enough time.
That was
with
weird.
him.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay, well you're back now. Cool. Yeah, he says, oh, perhaps where you are from. This is the name he goes by here. He is the Morning Lord.
That's just not a name I ever heard in all my bar hopping, brawling.
Ah, you are fond of.
I mean, it's a sport, you know. What was a sport?
You drink for sport. I see.
No, I punch people for sport.
Oh, well, not a sport that I am familiar with, but I suppose different lands, different customs, perhaps. Where are my manners? Please come in. I would like to offer you some refreshment, but alas, I do not have anything to share, really. But please come in, away from the door.
Does he, like, other than us, does he seem in, like, further duress?
I mean, his voice is very kind of husky and hoarse, which he explained away by saying that he, has been praying all night long.
Okay.
But, I mean, now you're kind of in here. This, what would normally be the chapel, is an absolute shambles. It's just overturned and broken pews, littering, clearly dusty floors. Dozens of candles are mounted in candlesticks and candelabras in every corner, in a feverish attempt to kind of overly brighten the place up. And at the far, kind of at the end, in like a set in front of a small alcove, is a large altar. But other than that, I mean, The only other visible thing is kind of behind the altar. You can see a long dangling rope that goes up into the bell tower. Feel free to sit down on.
We can just stand. It's okay.
This pew looks somewhat intact.
I would rather not get splinters, Father.
Yeah. We'll just stand here. Thank you. But no, thank you.
Well, if is there anything else I can do for you? Obviously, I have a ceremony to prepare for this evening.
Yes, actually. Could you maybe tell us more about this Strahd guy everybody keeps talking about?
Yes. I take it you have... So you are fairly recent to the lands of Barovia, no?
Yes, we just got here, but we would love to get the heck out. So if you could give us some info on how to do that, that would be great.
Well, I, alas, cannot help you in your inquiries into how to leave the mists. It has been something of a enigma to everybody. There are very few that seem to be able to come and go, although I do believe that a few of the Vistani seem to bear the special privilege to be allowed to do this. But, for all intensive purposes, it is only by Strahd's will and his will alone that anybody can pass through the mists. He is the one true leader. He is the land. He is part of this accursed land of Barovia.
Well, why don't you just vote him the heck out of power and take over this
Strahd
place?
rules with an iron will. There is no diplomacy or democracy here in Barovia.
Well,
He
How did
is...
he come to such power?
Well, through conquest, initially. So the stories tell. And then, with the things that transpired, he has thrown himself in with the dark powers, ruinous powers. It is because of him that the sun never shines. It is because of him that the glory of the morning Lord is no longer ever seen or felt. Yes, such is his power that he can almost deny the existence of the morning Lord himself.
So, asking him to let us leave is not advisable.
Who knows? The Devil Strahd's will is his and his alone to know. Perhaps, if it amuses him, he may let you leave. Perhaps if not, he will hurl you from the tallest towers of his castle. Perhaps worse.
He's an emotional decision maker. Is that what you're saying?
I am saying that
they always are.
his moods ebb and flow like the tide.
What
Well,
puts him in a good mood?
I mean, he did leave us a basket of food when
He
we
did.
first arrived.
Well, it
Like
seems
it's
like
some
he
kind
likes
of
people.
joke now.
That
He
was
likes people coming
probably
in.
that was his way of letting you know that he knows you are here.
So, not a kind gesture.
Were you hungry?
That we escaped a house of death. So,
We have pie if you want peace.
No, I am fine. I'm merely saying that if you were hungry and he left you food, then maybe the intention may not have been kind, but the gesture turned out to be so. We have to find the smallest pieces of joy to cling on to here in Barovia.
Why were you praying through the night?
It's part of my doctrine. It's,
For the morning lord to pray at night.
I pray for my personal intentions, nothing more. Perhaps if any of you have any need, we can say a prayer together.
I'm not of that. I'm not a man of no. I'm just gonna say like, no.
Is there anything else I can tell you as newcomers to these, I would say fair, but in truth, there is not much fair about Barovia.
You mentioned somebody who has in and out privileges. Who?
It is said that some of the Vistani are gifted with the ability to pass through the mist.
And how do they get this power?
Some say it is because they are in league with Strahd. Some say they work for him. Some say that some work against him. The Vistani are a proud group of individuals.
Do you know one that we might be able to talk with that would be interested in maybe helping us?
There are 3 Vistani sisters that live here in Barovia. Also, to clarify, the land itself is known as Barovia, but this town is also known as Barovia.
Well, that's very confusing.
So
You
is
guys
this
should
like the
change that.
capital of Barovia?
You should
Barovia.
change that so that everybody knows what you're talking about.
It is kind of like New York, you know.
Got it. New Barovia. Got it.
But,
and are you Vistani yourself?
No. You can usually tell them they are more colorful and, their skin, even though the sun never shines, they seem to be more colored and tanned, as if they were blessed by the sun at some point.
So where are you from?
I was born and raised here.
How delightful.
There are very few that do not live here in Barovia that were from outside. There have been those that have passed through the mists before. Many years ago, I remember a man not too dissimilar from yourselves, actually. He spoke of, I was just a boy, but his voice was similar to yours. He sounded very much like he come from the same lands that you did originally. Wherever these lands may be. Of course, whatever path you took to get here, the same path will not take you back. That is certain.
We hail from the lands of Arconis.
Yes, I have heard this. I have heard that name. Long, long ago.
Do you want us to help clean up a little bit? We could.
Oh, no.
We got a lot of hands we could help tidy up.
I have plenty of time to take care of these things myself. I just, have not had cause. Although, if we are to have a ceremony, perhaps I will, tidy a little. But most of the service will be outside.
Okay, well, the kids, they're really good at their chores. If you just want them, they don't mind if we just all pitch in and we could get this all tidied up for you. We got nothing else to do until
we found
later.
out it's a lot faster if we just get it over with.
Exactly. Good job, Trip. Trip learned that very quickly.
Otherwise, it
Sometimes-
just keeps going on.
Well,
Or something
I would love
as
to
I'd
take you
like
up
or
on your
normal
kind
type, but-
offer, but as I said, I do indeed have a service to prepare with very little time. So, perhaps I will see you this evening when you come back with, the brother and his, sister.
Yeah, the door will be open, right?
I will be expecting you, so just knock loudly like you did before. I apologize if you were waiting long. My hearing isn't what it used to be.
Okay, so a rude knock is okay. If we knock very rudely, you don't mind.
Oh, it is not rude. It is an old church, and the doors are very thick. You need to thump loudly for me to hear you.
Okay, got it.
But,
All right.
well, give my kind regards to Ismark Kolyanovich and his sister Irina Kolyana.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for your help.
Oh,
Right,
not at
everyone.
all. And I will be sure to get everything ready. You can tell them not to worry.
Got it.
Yes. No. I appreciate your time.
We'll see you soon for sure.
Come on, bud. Let's go.
Yes. Come on, everybody. I have work to do. Come.
Shuffle on out.
Yep.
Alrighty. I'll just put you out here for now. Alright. He very abruptly shuts the door behind you without another word, and you hear him lock it and bolt it from the other side.
I was gonna say, I'm very quickly working my way around to a window to see what he's actually doing inside.
Okay. Well, as pointed out before, the only windows are the stained glass windows, and while they allow light in, they're not very easy to kind of see through. Now, if you could kind of climb up to that level and look through one of the lighter pieces closely, you might be able to get a glimpse.
At which point, I guess I would... Octavius. I don't trust this guy, come on.
Oh, okay.
And, I'm gonna see if I can, help him up to a window and just, hold him up to it so that he can look through.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So the only windows are into the main chapel part, which was the large, this large section at the back.
See if we can't
This area
spy.
here. So there's windows all around. There's windows here. There's windows all the way down here. There's windows here. They're the only windows. He does not reemerge into that area. But you do recall back here, as you went down the main hall, there were 2 doors on the left and 2 doors on the right. So
Just interesting that he doesn't prepare the chapel for a service.
I agree. Well, what am I looking at?
I'm just as long as he saw that he's not in there, that's weird. I'm gonna go ahead and let him down.
Up on the
okay.
Very helpful, not trustworthy man.
Yeah, I'm gonna start walking back to the
Yeah, let's leave.
Okay.
burger guy.
Mr. Burger Man.
Okay, so you want to go all the way back to the other end of town, back to the Burgermaster's house?
I mean, yeah, that's all we got to do, right? I mean,
Okay.
hope that it's done by the time we get there.
We could maybe sell off some of our things at the store on the way as we're passing by, but
You have time to kill.
I mean,
Please
Fine
give
with
me
me.
those notes that you got from Gertruda's.
right.
I am
I'll
dying to
ruffle
read
into
them.
my armor and pull them out. and hand
Notes?
them
We
over.
got the notes? Yeah.
Okay. So as I said, there's several crumbled up pieces of paper, and then there was the one envelope, which was plucked out of the neat little area that was cut into the wall. What do you wish to look at first?
Tell me. Get the envelope first.
Okay.
Okay.
The letter reads, and it's in very flowery handwriting. Dearest Gertie, I hope you find this letter. Ismark told me what happened the night she came last week. He locked me down in the cellar so I would be safe. But I haven't told him you were coming, so he couldn't have known. He told me you interposed yourself between that devil and the door, and I believe him. You are always so selflessly brave. He also told me that devil took your hand and led you to his carriage, whisking you away. I have not stopped crying since. I fear my tears weighed down Father's heart so much he passed away in his sleep the very next night. Ismark, of course, is now the Burgomaster of Barovia.
What the what?
Pause for the resub. And appreciate the resub. Thank you for that. Much love. Take your pants off. Hit the hype for MC. Okay. So yeah, Ismark is now the Burgomaster, of course, of Barovia, though he does not wish to be, especially not under these circumstances. We both mourn Father deeply, but I fear I am mourning you as well. You are my best friend, and I promise you that I will find a way to get you away from the devil and out of his horrible grasp. Someday, we will find our way to Vallaki, and we will open up that bookshop that we've always talked about. Yours, Irina.
Okay. And the crumpled up pieces of paper?
Okay. So the crumbled up pieces of paper look like several attempts written to Dearest Mother. And it's various different renditions of things that are like, while it behooves me to tell you this, I can no longer, in all conscience and honesty, remain here any longer. You see, I want to have a life outside of Barovia. Please understand. Scratch, 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 scratch. That sort of stuff. So it's fairly obvious to you after looking at some of those. She was trying to write a letter to her mother to let her know, I've pissed off. I've left. And clearly, Irina knows something about what happened to her and where she's disappeared, which she kind of sort of let on earlier, but for whatever reason, she doesn't want or hasn't bothered to let Mary know any of this. She kind of said to you before that Mary would never believe it, and it would just crush her even more if she thought for a second that her daughter was trying to get away from her. So it's almost like, look, it's not worth it to tell her, sort of thing. But that's really all you managed to ascertain from those. The weird thing, though, is that you notice is it's like she's writing the letter posthumously. Like, if she knows that something bad has happened to her, why would she bother to write the letter and deliver it? Because you're talking about something that's already happened to her, and now you're talking about it in the present tense. You see what I'm saying? So that does seem a little off.
I think we have much to talk to Irina about once we are with her. This is weird.
We'll have a lot of time, yeah.
Poor Mary. I don't know if we can tell her. She won't. It's true, she won't believe anything. Or she'll. Well, you saw how she was with the knife. I don't know if she could take this news.
Are we going to enter the store or continue on?
Well, who has what to sell? And I mean, I think I have an extra set of chainmail or something I picked up.
Well, I think you had some gems and jewels and stuff as well that you
Offloading
looted.
inventory now.
That you looted from the manor. So yeah, I mean, if you've got plenty of time, because I mean, he did tell you it would take him the best part of the day to finish the coffin.
I think we should try to talk to these. I'm gonna butcher it. The people who can get out. We should talk to them and see if they can help us, and see if we can make a deal, and let them help them out and get us out of here. What do you guys think? We're looking for people who have been touched by the sun. Colorful people. Sounds wrong to say it, but that's what the priest said, so that's what I'm going to say. That's what we're going to...
I mean, the 3 women that are in the tavern, that own the tavern, I mean, that's...
I know, I just don't know if I know that.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, you saw them in there, so I think it would be fair that, even though you didn't interact with them,
Okay.
it was noticeable how much more, how much more kind of tanned their skin was than everybody else who looks really pale and white around here.
So maybe we talk to those women and we see if they can maybe get us out of here? What do you guys think?
Sure. I mean,
Trip, I know you're pretty great with the ladies. You could give it a go. See if you can convince them. You know, maybe this could be your moment, Trip. You could give it a shot and see if maybe something clicks. You know, maybe you know.
Yeah, Trip. Flirt with 3 women in front of your dad. Go for it.
I will listen. I'll put my fingers in my ear the whole time. You could give it a go and just see if something kind of bubbles up for you.
Hey, if he can pull that off, he's really got game.
Bubbles up. What exactly do you mean by this?
I'm not saying anything. I just thought maybe, you know, they were pretty. So you could just see if maybe that's something you're maybe that's something you're interested in. You know.
She wants what's best for you, son.
I just want what's best for you, Trip. Mm-hmm. And if that's not your flavor, that's okay too. I'm totally on board, no matter what. Just thought maybe you could try persuading.
Dad. That's enough, probably.
You think?
Let him think.
Okay. Just you take your time. I'll just be here. Just take your time.
They altogether seemed rather selfish and self-interested. That'd be an angle.
There you go. Okay.
People who are self-absorbed like to talk about themselves a lot.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm still confused as to what your angle with me is. Anyone could talk to them.
I just thought, you know, you seem like maybe you're struggling to find Seth, help me out. How do I say it so that it's cool?
I think Doug wants you to get married.
No, I wouldn't say that. You just want to see my son get happy.
I mean, that's better than me saying get laid, but you.
No, yes. Oh God. I can't. Come on. No, just you know, you're such a charming, handsome boy, and I just know you can find someone out there for you. I just know it. You're a good boy. Just sometimes, you know, Seth. Sometimes as men, we have to kind of kind of have to sharpen a few sticks before we can go on the hunt. I don't know what I'm saying. I've never had that. Do this talk yet? I thought Parnell was going to be here to help me. Oh, boy, I'm sweating a lot.
Oh no.
Right,
Okay.
So, as you're all having this conversation right on the outside the door of this place, you hear a voice say, "We are open!"
Let's go over there to wherever the open place is. Everybody, come on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually sit down outside, I think.
Sharpen your stick.
That was brilliant, Chris. That was so good.
Sorry. My son's only 8, guys. I haven't had to do this talk yet. I'm just working on it.
That's what these roleplay sessions are for.
I'm trying to work it out. What is
Quote that, please,
what'd you
somebody.
say?
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah. Sharpen your stick. Fucking hell,
Bring
man.
it going on.
My dad never told me to sharpen my stick.
Oh, well.
I guess it only happens in medieval fantasy, right? Like with vampire campaign.
Yeah, I'm trying to theme it.
It's well themed. I'm just gonna pat Trip on the shoulder as I enter the establishment, since he's sitting down on the stoop.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just sulking at this point, like defeated.
Alrighty.
I don't know what he wants from me. And
Mega Kentaur hitting us
Hey,
with a
thank you,
raid.
Mega
Welcome
Kentaur.
to the show, guys. Good to see you.
Yay!
Right.
It's okay. Raiders.
You've come at an interesting time in our lives.
Okay, so Trip, you were not going in the store,
I'm
right?
not going in. No, I'm sitting on the stoop. About
Okay,
to crawl.
everybody else is wandering in there.
Stoop kid.
Stoop kid's gonna leave the stoop. It's been like 20
Alrighty,
years
the
since Stoop kid's on the
family.
stoop, I swear.
Okay. Yep. Welcome to Bildrath's Mercantile. I can give you a little picture, kind of what you see here. It's kind of like a
Cool.
fairly well-stocked establishment where everything is just kind of like scattered around all over the place. So, standing behind a large wooden, neat counter with kind of a ledger in front of him, a few tools and stuff out to his side, is an individual. Kind of like smiles at you as you walk in with a very half kind of like graded smile. Welcome to Bildrath's Mercantile. Feel free to peruse the wares, and if there's anything I can get you, let me know. Okay.
I have a few things that we'd like to sell, if that's the kind of thing you do.
You are merchants yourselves?
Sure.
Well, what do you have for sale? Bildrath will be more than happy to take a look.
I'm going to take out a few things that I had, which were 3 gold rings and then a platinum necklace with the topaz pendant.
Okay. He lays them out in front of him and kind of like neatly separates them, the 3 rings and then the pendant. He picks up the gold rings and eyes them carefully, bites down on them, puts them down one after the other, and then he picks up the pendant and kind of looks at it. What are you asking for these? What price would you expect Bildrath to pay? Or perhaps you'll be interested in trading for some of our fine merchandise.
I'd be curious to see what you have.
Oh, we have everything from water skins to sealing wax, shovels, salted and preserved rations, backpacks, bedrolls, manacles, parchment, picks, pots, pans, pouches, hammers,
P words.
spikes, clothes.
Anything unique? Magical?
Unique and magical. Well, we have some strange items that apparently allow you to focus your magical intent. They are not magicals themselves, but apparently they are of value to those of the arcane.
What about any jewelry?
Not at the moment, but I'm working on it. Perhaps you need some,
How about this? I'll sell you the 3 gold rings. I'd like to keep this necklace for myself.
And what price would you like to receive for your gold necklaces? Your gold rings.
Oh, 10 apiece.
10 gold?
I like to shoot high.
Give me... Yeah, go ahead and give me a dice roll. And I think we're going to be using... Hang on. My headpiece is falling out. Here we are. Alright, give me a persuasion check.
Sure. Persuasion. Oh, negative. Ooh.
Ooh!
Yes!
He says,
Oh my god.
well, as
Never
you can
seen that number
see...
before.
Wow.
I didn't know that was even possible.
I know.
A 1.
Ooh,
You're very persuasive, Dane. Good job.
hella bad.
Should've
Excellent
used my thing.
Yeah, he says, well, as you can see, we have little need for jewelry. Some things that I do not typically sell. So, I'll tell you what I will do. I will give you 20 for all 3. Best offer I can give.
Before I make this deal, do you have any healing potions?
I do not have any healing potions, but I do have somewhere a kit specifically put together for the practices of healing.
How much is that?
Do you wish to do the trade for the rings for 20 gold?
Well, it depends. I'd like the healing kit too.
Well, I would need you to add something to the deal for that.
How about 18 gold and the healing kit?
No, you'll misunderstand. The rings are not enough to cover the cost of the healing kit. You have to put something to the cost of that. You have to add something to the deal, to the bargain.
I'm gonna look around. At
The rings are worth 20. I tell you what.
Anybody else?
I will trade the healing kit for the 3 rings and the necklace.
I like this necklace.
Or perhaps you have something else to trade.
Give up all that stuff you stole. Plenty of money.
I look through
This is
and
a lesson.
I take out a silver-tipped ivory hairbrush. And I go, what about this?
Okay, he takes a look at it and goes, I'll give you 10 gold allowance for that, so we're up to 30. 20 more. Find me 20 more gold pieces worth of trade, and we can do some business.
Now I look back to everyone. But you want to help me here? This could be helpful.
You want us to give you your allowance?
I asked you to do those chores earlier, and you help that priest. So my hands are tied, Gemma. We
I
talked
take
about
out.
this. We got to be firm.
I take out this short sword that's ornate and not magical. What about this?
I'm gonna walk up, like kind of push the sword off the table.
Yeah, right as you do that, you see him go, no, I would absolutely do the deal for that. Perhaps even an even trade just for the sword. The healing kit for the sword.
No.
I'm gonna put the 20 gold on the table. This is to keep us all alive, I assume, right, Gemma?
Of course.
It is a deal. And he slides the gold rings into his hand, picks up the 20 gold, opens up a drawer, puts that inside, closes it up, reaches round behind him, and gets a healing kit off the shelf, puts it down the table. And there you are!
A healing kit was worth 20 gold and 3 gold rings. I don't believe
I
it.
sell it for 50 gold under normal circumstances.
Don't believe it. I'm just gonna take the healing kit,
Okay.
begrudgingly walk away.
This is, the Barovian streets are dark. Perhaps you need a lantern. I have bullseye and hooded lanterns.
We do need a lantern.
I have extra pie if that would work. Trade. It's really good. Barely eaten.
Did you make it yourself?
No, I got it from the best pie maker in town.
And who
Little
was
lady?
this? Oh, yes, I'm, what would you want for, what, for 5
lantern
silver for a
for-
pie?
Lantern for pie?
No. No,
Light for the sky, a light for
I
eternity.
have
It's
2 such
totally-
lanterns. I have a hooded lantern that is only 50 gold crowns, and I have this bullseye lantern, which is 100 gold crowns.
Oh,
I have
alright.
this wedding dress. I take out Gammy's wedding dress.
Oh, that's fine.
What?
Fine.
What,
Yes.
what are we gonna use it for, Dad?
See him looking. I
Wait,
could probably
yeah,
get
make a
30
quilt. We could make a
30
quilt.
gold for this.
A teddy bear for
I
all
will-
of you children. To keep
I will allow you
forever.
20 gold crowns for this dress.
I don't think we should.
Do you want to walk around Barovia with this dress? Because it's kind of, heavy and bulky.
Well, why did you? I just thought we could bring it home and put it in a hope chest for you for someday.
Dad,
You know,
I don't want this old dress. It's gross.
It would fit you. You same size.
I want something modern and new and elegant.
Styles
Hey,
come back around. You don't know. By the time you're ready, it could be in style.
Dougie,
Huh?
does she have to sharpen her stick too?
Absolutely not, Seth. Oh, dear, my sweet
I'm going outside.
Jim would
I'm
never.
gonna hand you the dress and then go outside, sit next to Trip.
After she leaves, I'm gonna look at Doug and say, just some advice.
Yeah.
I've seen Trip in many bars and establishments when he was with me on the road, and I was, beating people's faces in. He never went for anything.
What?
He never showed any interest in anyone.
Oh.
And
Okay, so maybe he's got a secret lover that he's not telling us
I mean,
about.
the boy can sing. He's quite talented, and he'd get quite a lot of love thrown his way, and none of it seemed to ever
Well, then
move
just
his needle.
they're probably not good enough. He's a very good strapping young boy. He's just not good enough for him, and that's he's got good taste. He's gonna hold up for the perfect person, and that's fine.
Doug, I think he's a spiritual eunuch. If you get my drift.
Huh?
He has all the parts, but he doesn't have the oomph.
How do you know that? How would you know that?
I
Ain't got no game, son.
We don't have to talk about this. This is between me and my son. You just
But I'm trying to help you,
I don't
brother.
think you're helping at all. You're confusing me, and I don't like it.
I'm
no.
Douglas.
What?
I'm not trying to confuse you. I'm trying to help you.
Okay. I don't see how what you're doing is helping. We need some lanterns. I got a wedding dress. My kids, I think, are upset with me. I think maybe Octavius, can you help? You have any? Did you steal anything from the house? It's okay. I won't be mad.
No, I did not take anything.
But do you have anything that's worth any money so we can get a lantern?
No, I have nothing.
All right. Well, sir, thank you. We'll just be a minute. We're gonna try to, rummage around and get back to you in just a second.
Hey, you all know that we don't need a lantern, correct?
We can't see. What do you mean? We're gonna go traveling and we're gonna need light.
Yes, you. And I'm going to pop my Rite of Dawn.
Ooh, okay.
And just sort of concentrate for a minute and say like, and I pull out my rapier and it starts glowing with a radiant light.
Have you done this before?
He's done it before.
He did it. Okay. He's done it once before. Yes.
Yeah, I've rested since. And
right.
It just starts to illuminate.
Okay, so you got that. Okay, that's one light.
Yes.
That's good. You can do that just anytime you want.
I don't know, but I can. Yes, as far as I know, I don't know if it works now.
Okay, well that's good enough for me. I guess we're good. Let's go on out. Yes, Seth?
You guys go.
But before you leave, there's one more thing that you might be very interested in.
Oh boy, here comes the upsell, guys. No.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up to the counter.
My dad told me about this, and this is where they get you. Okay, so
okay. So he pulls out a familiar-looking amulet. It is one of the holy symbols to the Morning Lord. He says, "You are clearly strangers to these lands. This is something that you need if you are to prosper here."
So,
why do we need that?
Trust me, from one who has spent his life surviving here in Barovia, it will be of use to you. You could say it could save your life, or that of your children.
Okay, well, just give it to us then. We got some friends who have that. We just
this
get it from them.
Is an establishment of trade. My trade is to sell. I will happily sell it to you, however.
I'm sorry, but are you a practitioner of the Morning Lord faith?
Absolutely not.
So you don't care, and yet you're trying to sell it to us like we need it. But you don't.
The item itself, in the right hands, would have great benefit.
In what way would it have great benefit?
It represents all that is holy and all that is good. There are denizens here that would be repulsed by such a thing.
All right, I'll give you 2 pies for it.
How about you give me what it is worth? 50 gold crowns.
No.
50 gold?
Brother.
Would it?
Considering you gypped my niece off and myself of several golds for something that clearly wasn't worth that.
It was more than worth that.
No, because and I'm going to reach into my inventory of my bag and pull out my own healer's kit, which only has 9 uses, and put it on the table and be like, I bought that for 5 golds back where I'm from.
But you are not where you are from. You are in Barovia. Such things are incredibly hard to come by.
So you don't have a price match guarantee that you offer if we find it for a lower price?
The only guarantee I offer is that Bildras Mercantile is the only establishment that will sell you any of these things as far as the eye can see.
It's the
If you
supply and
want it
demand
badly
charge,
enough,
I see.
you will pay for it. If not... But I can assure you of this. This symbol is worth far more than 50 gold crowns when it comes to the life of your children.
I'm going to put my healer's kit back in my bag.
If I lose a child, do I get my money back?
No. If you lose a child, I will put it down to your own carelessness.
Don't worry about it. If I, what kind of guarantee? If I show this to a demon, it won't eat my children, right? And if it does,
I offer you no guarantees. I only tell you that it will be of use to you.
Father.
Only you can decide what the value of your children's safety is. If 50 gold crowns is not worth your children, then perhaps I will buy one of those from you for 30.
Just give me a second. Yeah, yes, son. What is it?
Ask him
Daddy's trying to negotiate.
Yes, ask him how many other buyers there are around.
Oh, okay. Good idea. Okay. Oh yeah. How many other buyers you got for this holy symbol that's so sought after, huh?
Tell him you don't want to play any games, and you'll take your sweet little butt down the road if he doesn't play ball.
I don't want to play games, and if you don't want to play ball, I'll just take my sweet little nut down the road.
That's not what I said.
No,
Down the road.
nut? You're going to take your nut down the road?
Oh, sorry. What did
Sweet little butt.
Oh, my sweet little butt down the road.
Give me a persuasion roll. But he seems, I mean, it's like...
Disadvantage, please.
No, I'm actually going to say you can have advantage because he seems like mildly curious to watch the little tiny child telling the big giant oaf what to say. Like, that's the only thing that you've done that really has given him any interest here. So give me a persuasion roll, but I will give you advantage on it.
Okay.
Sweet little nut down the road.
That's not what I
Persuasion.
said.
Sure it is.
Oh,
There we go.
Wow.
He says,
Thank you. I had advantage.
I like you. So because of this, I am willing to offer you some things that I rarely ever do. I will consider a discount. But not because I have no other customers, even though this is the truth, it is irrelevant, because at the prices that I charge, I do not need to sell much to make a living. But as nobody else has what I sell, people pay the prices, or they go without.
What the what?
So, instead of 50 gold crowns, I will let you have it for 30. But this is the absolute best I can do.
You drive a hard bargain, sir. I
And I don't want to see your nut disappear out the door.
Okay. Yes. We'll take that symbol for that reasonable price. Seth, you got the.
I don't
You have the money?
know. No, I'm not a bank, brother.
Gemma has all the money. We gave all the money to Gemma. Gemma! Gemma!
Yeah.
I'm out there just like, and I don't know what it is. I feel like there's just something wrong with me.
I'm like, excuse me. Sorry, brother. Yeah.
Oh, there she is, my sweetheart. Daddy just did a deal. Come on, bring the money in.
What deal?
Don't worry about it.
Let me assess the deal. Tell me the
Your
deal.
old father just haggled this man down to a reasonable fair price. And we are
How much
good to go.
money do you need?
30 gold. No, just a
30
small,
gold.
tiny 30 gold. If you just want to hand that over to this
For
man.
what? Dad,
this
for what?
very, very important symbol. Here, show her the symbol. Show her, tell her.
Okay. He holds up the symbol that looks similar to the one that the priest had.
I could get that for free.
Gemma, no, it's very expensive. This is important
I
for
could
our
just
journey.
get one from the priest.
First of all,
embarrassing
you
your
hit
dad.
the nail on the head.
I'm
When you said the priest, he is the only priest. Secondly, he has one symbol, and I can assure you he is not going to part with that. This is the only other holy symbol to the Morning Lord here in town.
Why do we want that again?
It'll save my children. It'll save you. If you get eaten by a demon,
What?
I can ward them off with this symbol. Is what he said.
Not necessarily
do
demons,
you
but
know-
things, bad things, yes.
Yeah, bad things will go away. when
No,
this-
Dad, I trust your judgment most of the time, but this doesn't feel right. We don't
Gemma,
need
come on.
that.
Gemma,
And I can
Gemma,
protect
Gemma,
us. I
come
have
here, listen.
magic I could use, not this symbol.
Gemma, I just did a really cool thing where I negotiated down from a very expensive price to a lower price, and right now.
I understand, and it's
my-
really great that you did that, but we
listen,
don't need
my-
this.
My brother and Octavius think I did a good job, so I just need you to, I'll make it up on the back end if you could just maybe do your daddy a solid and just throw the money down so that we can just get this symbol, because I think it'll come in handy. I have a very good feeling. My gut is telling me it's a good trade and a good deal.
Yeah.
So just
I'm gonna turn around and look at Seth and Octavius to see what their facial expression looks like.
Mild amusement. A little bemusement as well. I'm a little like...
isn't like the pies, okay?
Dad,
This
we
is
only
real.
have like 89 gold total. You want to spend 30 gold on this?
I will say that there is evidence of symbols being used against the dark arts effectively.
See?
Yes, but don't we need to be a cleric for that, or some kind of paladin?
Not all the time.
See?
Not on
It's the
Tuesdays.
symbol itself that.
Ash, I mean Octavius knows how to work it, and we'll be fine. We need this. Okay? It's important.
Okay, I'm gonna take out an empty jewelry box I have, and I'm going to say, "What? Can you lower the price if I throw this in? You have jewelry now. You'll need a box."
Which jewelry box is that?
It's the one that had the 3 rings in it and the.
Okay, so the one from the
topaz
house?
thing. Yeah, from the house.
Okay, he picks it up and looks at it, lifts the lid up and sees how well it opens, and I will give you... I'm already giving you such a discount. I will lower the price 5 more gold for this. This box and 25.
25
go.
gold then is the total.
Yes.
There we go. See,
All right.
look at that. Team negotiators here.
I'm just
Runs in
gonna
the
sigh and
family.
hand it to you, Doug.
Thank you. Okay, sir. Here you go.
Thank you. And he hands you the symbol.
Perfect. Look.
Wow.
And then he
what I-
says, now, are you worried about losing your children? I sell bells. You could tie one of these to each child.
See,
Oh,
Just
that would
10
be- how
gold?
much are
Let's
those?
go.
Just
Yeah,
10
That
gold.
would be
Let's go,
great.
Dad.
Please,
Let's go.
Anthony, pull me away.
Just 10 gold.
Just one bell, maybe for the small one.
So as the family's getting pushed out the door,
His little
I'm-
legs moving very fast.
as everyone's getting pushed out the door, I'm gonna smirk at the guy, look at him, and say, by the way, those rings and that jewelry box we stole from Strahd. Have a good day." And I'm gonna turn and leave.
Okay, remarkably, it doesn't seem to faze him.
Okay.
As you walk out, you notice stepping out of the side room, a massive hulk of a dude.
Oh my god.
He is probably about 2 inches taller than you, maybe 3 inches wider than you, but less pudgy. As he kind of like just comes out with a very kind of like bland, gormless look, and he says, "We did well today." And he rubs his hands as he watches you walk out the door. And we are going to stop right there because we're past time.
Oh man.
Alrighty.
Played.
Well played, folks. Well played. Okie dokie. Let me go ahead and
it's not a proper game if we don't get swindled by local NPCs.
Hey,
Dougie's always.
I can give you the price
on
list if you
lookout.
really want. He's got a lot of fun stuff that he could sell you. All right. Well, we are going to get out of here pretty sharp because we're past our time by 22 minutes. And I know some of us have got things to do and stuff to take care of. So we're not going to do a Q&A here at the end of the show. We're just going to go ahead and roll to credits. But we do want to say thank you to everybody that hung out with us tonight. Thank you for our subs. Thank you for our resubs. Thanks to everybody that hit the follow button. We've had a blast. Hope you did too. Hopefully we will see you on Thursday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for continuation of our Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay campaign. We missed last Monday, so we'll give you a little bit extra time today. Seems fair. But much love to everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thank you for our raiders. If you're new, welcome aboard.
Thank you, guys.
Hopefully you'll come back and see us again. We have a lot of fun here.
Thank you.
But we will see you all very soon. And y'all take care. Cue outro. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, but here. Just get that measure. Dagnabbit. Well, time for a beer. Glug, 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 glug. Oh, hello there. It's me, Christy, your D&D dad. I'm here to do all the things that a good D&D dad should do. Like mow the lawn, fix some shit, drink a beer, and of course, roll lots of 20s. And if you like all this, can you pan?
Oh, sorry, Dad. Sorry. Yeah, you look good. Yeah.
You should check me out on Instagram and Twitter at Christastics. And if you like D&D content, check out my podcast, New Crits on the Block. Anyway, I love you, my children.
If you're seeing this, that means that I'm back to playing Mondays on How Reroll. My handle is Satchmo on all platforms, and if you follow me, then maybe I can...
We've been trying to reach you concerning your car's extended warranty.
Nothing! Hi, is this my local zoologist? Yes, I'll hold. Hi, local zoologist. Yes, my name is Jane Ivana, and I'm looking for a snake that has a stinger. Yes. I'll hold. You don't have any? Alright, well, if you could look into it, you can contact me on Twitter at Jane on Twitch, that's with a 0. Anytime. Yeah, or you could catch me on my Twitch streams. I stream like once a week on twitch.tv/JaneIvana. Alright, I'll hold. Okay, thank you. Goodbye, local zoologist.
Hey everyone, it's the Snuggler. This year, Jane asked us to go quick on our outros, so I promise I'll go as fast as possible. You're just gonna put all my information on text on the screen, aren't you? Son of a...
Hey, twitch.tv/Shagget here, and I'm trapped in Barovia. I'm hiding in a dingy basement with some art, the art dingy basement, nothing like what you usually see on my webcam when I do streams on How Reroll. And I'm not hiding from Strahd. Believe it or not, he's a pushy Dracula knockoff. He doesn't scare me. I'm not afraid of him. I'm actually hiding from Gorebad, my dungeon master. He's out to kill me. I think finally surviving in 10 campaigns in Arconis throughout his stories, he's snapped because of it. And because of that, he's out to really kill me this time. Contact me at @neb_convos on Twitter, please. Your support will help keep me alive, keep me on the run, keep my hope alive.
I really need to see what happens to Radovan, Emlyn, and Alekma, and all my other characters that I've played. I really need to see what happens to them. I'm very curious. Oh shit, I messed up. I really messed up. I think he heard me. He's coming. See ya!
Hi there, I'm Gorebad, and thank you for watching How We Roll. If you'd like to keep up with us when we're not live on Twitch, you can check out our other forms of social media. Follow us on Twitter, @HowWeRoll. You can also follow our Facebook page. You can find the website at www.howweroll.com, and you can also find us on YouTube at, you've guessed it, How We Roll, for an absolute ton of additional content. Also, you can follow the dmblog.com for some DM tips, world building guides, and all things D&D related. Cheers, guys. That was a long walk. Okay, they said Shagget was somewhere here, and the door to where he's hiding was a blue door. So we gotta find a blue door, blue door. Blue door, blue door. You're mine now, Shagget.